Hello guys and welcome back if you were with us beforehand. If not, we're just restarting the race after there were some lag issues in the previous lobby. Still me and VR Ring Race commentating. We're going to have one shot qualifying and then a 50% race.
Pretty sure we still have all 16 drivers. I don't think we've lost anyone.
Don't believe so. Let's see who will take pole then. All-rounder did take pole in the first session. Whether he can do that again now.
21-5, I believe.
Yep. Whether he can do that again now, we will find out. But yeah, it was a pretty good race until the lag started happening. And then everyone seemed to be crashing.
And projects left.
The man who was winning by like 16 seconds. I'm sure he's disappointed with his restart, but I'm sure he's disappointed even more now that he's left.
Hopefully he can get back in.
Whoever's in first, I'm just going to spectate
if
now.
he does, he'll... no, he won't be starting, will he? Unless he gets...
Oh, he won't be starting, you're right. Right, so they start the laps now. So
I'm board of all-rounder.
Yep, let's go on board of all-rounder.
Wants to work.
He's in P12 right now. Oh, that's correct.
I would look into it.
I think it was correct actually. From P9, P10, P9.
P7.
Having a decent lap so far. Who's actually currently on pole then? Gosh is ahead. SRL Bottas was on pole until he got into that corner.
I'll keep an eye.
Joe
on Hamilton's retired. I'll keep an eye on the things. Currently it's Maranzano on pole. Followed by MG, it's Joe and CSR Bottas. All rounded down in P8.
Feisty Ted moves into P2 for me. Langman P4, Gorsh in P5. Jason P6. That's all round, there's only
Bottas now up into P2.
This is glitch. I'm just going to leave it till whatever.
No, this is glitch. Maranzano is apparently pole. Currently with a 22.7 for 27.7 first sector.
Jason, who's definitely ahead of CSL Bottas. I don't know. Gorsh goes pole.
Gorsh.
We don't know if that's
22.1. Might be.
Might be if Gorsh takes pole.
All rounders P5. According to this.
I think that's P2 according to this. As Gorsh does stick it on pole. The Renault, I think he was like P7, maybe P8 last time, I can't remember.
P7, yeah, with a
Gorsh
penalty. Or
sticks it on pole. Feisty Ted in P2, as he was last session. Oh my god, it's Joe into P3. Jason qualifies in P4. Around at P5, so we'll be disappointed with that. JP P6,
Langman
P7.
P16.
Damn. Bottas V6, Melanie round out your top 10. Sir Hamilton doesn't set a time in P14. Well, this is definitely a much more confused grid now.
Could provide for an interesting race, I guess.
Driver, and he's managed to get pole.
Yeah. And it is raining.
F1 XL Pred calls hacks. So do I.
That just looks like light rain to me. Don't know about you if you can see it.
Yeah, I do believe
that doesn't look like full wet conditions. Look heavy enough. Remember, there's not going to be a formation like cast into.
Right, well this will be interesting. Now raining and a completely grid to what we have. It's gone board with Gorsh.
Oh, yeah, intermediates. Right.
Lights out. And away we go. Feisty Ted does not move
Tom
off the
Rosso
line.
doesn't move.
So Jason, free position there. Oh, the McLaren's been forced off in the background. Can't look behind me in time. Oh, there seems to be a bit of contact at the back. Yep. Delta Jason has been involved. Pred's been involved, Josie's been involved, Feisty Ted's been involved, Maranzano's been involved, so fighting P2 to P14 already.
So Ghosh and Joe have got a massive lead
who was
compared
that?
to everyone else so
Ollie
far.
dived up the inside of Cyril Hamilton and pushed him off, it seemed like there. This is quite a mad start
V6 has had a cracking start.
Yep,
along
3
with
wide
Cyril
into...
Hamilton.
Oh no, they've managed to sort it out. JP's gone wide. Is that Jason going back side? That is Josu ahead. Cyril Hamilton making a move on CSL Bottas. As V6 Racing is off into the gravel, and now CSL Bottas is off into the gravel.
So, yeah, Hamilton pushed Bottas into the grass. Hamilton got a snap of oversteer, and is this already challenging for P5? By the looks of it, as that's V6 going off as Cyril Hamilton's up to P4. Is Langman going to get past V6? By the looks of it, he is, yes. So, as the Renault goes off, by it seems, so yeah, there's like an absolute bundle of cars. Mercedes or Renault, a couple of Haas, and they're going 3 wide.
Like keeps
a bit
P1,
of debris.
But he's under pressure from Joe into P1, but he's just about held it. Gosh, doing a good job so far. I think Joe's had a better run
as Langman's gonna go. They're gonna go 3 wide into turn 1. Jason, Josu, and Langman. Langman decides better of it. He's gone past Josu, and Josu is into the gravel, into the grass, even into the wall.
Yeah.
Didn't make contact with anyone. So we just lost the rear a bit.
Yep, and in P4, Cyril Hamilton is now in P4. SDL
Joe
around
is
three, yep.
Ghosh.
Joe put in the...
No, he's not.
Let's see what he can do.
Pretty much pushed him along the track. This is allowing all of them. Is he going to go around the outside? Is he going to go down to the inside? Thinks better of it. These guys probably haven't practiced as much in the wet compared to the dry, so obviously going to feel a lot different. I mean, Joe, Langman, well, maybe not Langman, but they've already had practice from AOR in the wet, but slightly different being intermediate condition. All round is right on the back of the two.
He's played right through the back. This
Joe's
through a battle for the lead.
Ghosh seems to be struggling extremely at this stage. As Orana goes fastest, 39.0. I think all-rounder maybe just playing the patient game, letting them two battle, cover down, and if one of them makes a mistake, just slip it down the inside.
Yeah,
like now, maybe.
Tried the move there, but
as that Delta 44.
He's still there from that.
I don't know what's happened there.
Is anything going on near the, further down the field? No, Langman seems to be pulling away a bit from Jason. I saw Bottas closing down on him. In 9th and 10th, JP back in 11th, Feisty Ted in 12th, Josu 13th, Maranzon Delta just started moving again. This Gorsh goes a bit wide, he has to cut the corner. This is going to give Joe a great run. Joe goes straight through, and all-rounder is also going to be putting under pressure now here, and Gorsh has lost 2 positions in 1 corner. As all-rounders tap the back of Joe, and they've made contact.
Is Gorsh going to launch out the inside? All-rounder runs, seems fine, maybe losing the position. They're going side by side into the penultimate corner. Now going through the final corner, all-rounder thinks better of it, but he's going to get the slipstream and the better exit over Ghosh, or Ghosh, however you say it. Doesn't make the move into turn 1. Anything happens behind? They all seem to be quite spread out apart from the top 3. Langman behind Bottas now.
Yeah, let's go
as Bottas goes onto the grass, 1 wide. Runs wide
that's
out of turn 1.
Jason 2-3 positions there, because Langman was ahead of Jason, so Langman must have made a mistake, and then Bottas has also made a mistake. In fact, he was
It's been an absolutely amazing start for both Hamilton and V6. Hamilton making up 9 positions from lap 1 compared to the absolute dismal start of Feisty Ted, who's down from 12. Maranzano's now in the pits. Obviously lost a wing somewhere.
I know it's still raining, but it seems to be getting drier.
Does seem to be his all-round run slightly wide.
I don't know, I feel like the track looks a bit drier.
Maranzano goes onto another fresh set of the tyres. So
under pressure from his teammate JP.
I think we have a reason as to why Ted had a very slow get. He had a jump start, so he's obviously stopped straight away. And Delta had a stop go for speeding in the pits.
JP, the Fred went off the track for the quick left right, and Melanie's gone off the track and gifted us both of them. These drivers clearly not these tyres clearly not suit these conditions, I feel like. Bottas is trying to close back down to one man. This V6 has a bad exit there, loses the back end, that'll drop him a bit further back into the palm of Jason. So Hamilton's still going in P4, all-rounder still P3, with Gorsh and Joe ahead of him.
I think Jason and V6 are the closest guys on track at the moment. By the looks of it.
Everything seems to have settled down right now in terms of battling for the lead.
Jason seems to be a lot faster than V6 at this stage. As he gets past him, V6 makes a small mistake and Jason capitalises on that. So all-rounder still within 2 seconds of the leader. Gosh.
Yep. Jason's managed to get past V6, so V6 mistake somewhere.
As all-round's in the pits, so obviously think by the looks of it, it's time for drive. I can't think of another reason to pit at this stage, as he goes on to a set of the softs. So
Jason's also is pretty
all-rounder
much the whole grid.
Changing his wing as well. It's going to get held up an absolute treat, as the other Red Bull is also there. Cyril Hamilton's going to go into the
So Gorsh and Joe stayed out, interestingly.
But the thing is, all-rounder won't jump them because all-rounder had a front wing change for whatever reason.
But
if the track is dried out that much, there's always the chance. We'll have a look at all-rounder's Sector 1 split to the lead.
Yeah, he was about 7 seconds ahead of Cyril Hamilton, who is now all over the back of him. But yeah,
I don't know what Delta's doing.
Delta's in the wall again. So he was 27.7. What's it going to be at the end of Sector 1? 33.4.
33.
Oh no, they crossed the line, obviously.
They crossed the line, yeah. So the Sector 2 split is the only real indication of what we've got. But that has allowed Cyril Hamilton to catch right up to the back of all-rounder. Yeah,
but interesting, all-rounder is on soft, trying to go to the end. It'll be a push. I'm not sure if it is possible, to be fair, but it'll be a push. But Cyril Hamilton's going for it.
They haven't really gained much. I don't know what Delta's doing.
They have not gained much at all. But all round,
Joe's also on softs.
Whereas Cyril Hamilton will not. Yep, Gorsh, let's see, what's he going to go on to? He's going on to the softs as well. A lot of these drivers opting into the soft, all of them trying to go to the end. And then a few drivers will see
Delta's going to take someone out.
Yeah, I have that bad feeling. Let's see where Gorsh is going to come out. They've both managed to they've gained time, if anything, on all-rounder. So they have called that right there, the top two. They managed to gain time on these two drivers. What's going on in the background there?
Joe Whitty trying to get some temperature into his tyres.
Yeah, Melanie has Feisty Ted on the back of him. They have Delta ahead of him.
Yeah, so the track still seems very it's it's at that stage
That was
where
crushed again.
it's probably not fully wet enough for intermediate tyres, but then again, it's not up conditions.
Tyson said is once again lagging around like mad. This could be a problem as he goes past Melanie. Goes deep, Melanie gets the cut back on him. Outside he does, he goes slightly wide, which gives Ted the position. Ted taps. This is all for P14.
There definitely seems to be a split between the soft tyres and the Delta comes out the pits on the tyres.
It'll definitely be interesting to see if these soft runners can go.
Josu is also cracked, spun. By the looks of it, coming out
see
the corner.
Bottas has got past Jason. When did that was that in the pits maybe? I can't remember.
Maybe the pit stop. Mercedes obviously near the front of the pit lane, whereas Haas near the end. So maybe Jason's been held up by Bottas.
Yeah, Bottas does move himself into and Sir Hamilton just up the road. Sir Hamilton
seems to be struggling. Not Bottas all rounder even.
Yeah, he was right in the back of him a couple of laps ago. Now again,
he's really worrying me now.
Yeah, his Gorsh seems to have caught a bit fair. Let's see what's going to happen.
Just be catching a lapped Haas in the way of him.
Delta's crashed again.
Is he going to let him through?
In the next corner.
He's now lost his wing.
Ooh.
Oh, a part of his wing.
Bottas is under pressure from Jason.
Right, all round us indeed he has. 4.3 seconds of the gap. It was about 8 seconds when he came out the pits. Top three all going on the softs. And Cyril Hammond seems at the moment.
Actually. The top three are all on a slower compound, but
on the
still
softs.
time.
I don't know, maybe just confidence. But you mean, well, Hamilton's just gained 4 tenths on Joe in the final sector. So as Ghost is gonna make an absolute lunge down the inside into turn 3. All round has got the sister Toro Rosso in front of him. So first lap of 31.4. Jason seems to have dropped back a bit.
Yeah, I think that's Maranzano, I believe. Horseshoe. Jason's gone up his inside. Bottas is, and they've banged tyres off. I think that is a move complete for Jason. Yep, it is. Jason moves up into P5.
All rounder now just 3.1 seconds behind the leader. So all rounder definitely seems to be fastest out the top 3 at the moment.
Yep, definitely. His yellow flags as
Delta's reversing on track. I don't know what he's doing.
See who's still race, no, penalties wise. So all-rounder has a penalty, doesn't. Bottas is 1 off, V6 doesn't, and Langman does. So the top 8, a couple of them do have penalties.
It's all-rounder now 2.7, 2.5. Feisty Ted sets at 29 dead. So the track definitely drying out now. Still a bit damp. No more rain. As all-rounder locks up.
Yeah, V6 is lapping. Oh, is he going to get out of the way? He does indeed.
So yeah, this split, he's gained a 10th in the middle sector.
Yep, all around the fastest man on track currently. What's happened to Bottas again? He got passed by Jason and now he's all the way back behind V6.
How far is Jason ahead? Well, he's definitely had a incident somewhere.
Yeah, he only got past the last lap.
Which is a good
5 seconds behind
4 seconds Delta's retired, thank
Finally.
God. Where's the threat of him? So a bit of a split. The top four of the top five. So CRL Hamilton, the only one on the soft tyres, and then everyone, and Jason also on the softs, and everyone between V6 and Feisty Ted. So P6 and to P10, all on the supers, and the rest of the pack of Red and Maranzano all on the soft tyres. But Maranzano's kind of out of contention now, already making his third stop of the race. Feisty Ted does 27.6.
Yeah, like I said before, it will be interesting to see if the soft runners can take these tyres to the end. Because in AOR, I believe most of us went 29. In practice anyway, I know it was raining for the actual race, but that 9 to 29, whereas these drivers gone like 6 to 29, so there's not too much of a difference, but it'll be interesting to see.
I think all round are even going on lap 5, so it's definitely going to be a stretch. Well, keep the pace up. I mean, these guys are smart. They're not going to waste the tyres at this stage of the race.
No, definitely not.
There's all round as fastest man on track. They're obviously going to know that 24, 25, 23 laps on a set of softs is a very long time.
Yep, all round now, and the Mercedes a bit clearer now. This lap,
only 2 seconds behind the leader. And Hamilton is now finally decided to find his pace. 6.1 seconds behind, way back.
Yep.
I'm going to have to make a pit stop before these guys.
Interestingly, last lap, Cyril Hamilton set PBs in every sec, but he's 4 tenths up already. Although he has got a penalty and a warning this lap so far, he is 4 tenths up on his PB. But yeah, he has finally found.
All round is still just 2 seconds, as he's definitely getting on Ghost crap here. So Ghost is 1.2 seconds behind Joseph, now out of DRS range
at some point as well.
Yeah. So Langman down in P8 now, as no all-rounder isn't close enough to make him move.
Right on the back.
He does set fast lap at 26.5.
Start last lap as
Hamilton has suddenly found his pace, getting 1.4 seconds on that lap. But he's just got to be careful of warnings at this stage of the race. He's already got 2 penalties.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get to the end of the race, get a podium, and end up as Feisty Ted now. So it's fast lap race on 25.3.
Feisty Ted is flying, but he did have a bad start, so he's quite far down the order. His Gorsh is beginning to feel the pressure from all-rounder.
If only Feisty Ted didn't have that driver at the start of the race, imagine where he'd be now. Yeah, he might have a 4-car battle for P1.
Battle, yeah. As you say, Joe seems
there's all-rounders all on the back on the Renault.
Joe's definitely pulling away now that Gorsh is under pressure.
Yeah. Gorsh definitely seems to be the slowest top 4. Cyril Hamilton catching up rapidly on this group. All-rounder going to want to make a move as soon as possible as well. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn 1? Gorsh has already got DRS as well, so all-rounder thinks better of it. Is he going to get a better exit here? You're going to make it down the inside. Yes, they make contact.
Let me change to it. There you go. I've got on broadcast now, but yeah, all-rounder loses out on that corner, as they did make a bit of contact.
Cyril Hamilton really gaining on this pack now. They're all holding each other up. The only problem is with Hamilton, he's going to have to get past these guys to have any sort of advantage with this 2-stop, so to speak.
Yeah.
Obviously being on the super softs. Whether it will be fast or whether it will...
And then You have to pass all three, then
He's still
create
got
a gap.
He's still got to gain 3.9 seconds, 3.5 seconds now.
Well, I think these soft runners will be able to make it to the end, but I do think that tyre wear will be.
Yeah, especially with Hamilton either probably on another set of supers, unless he decides to go very aggressive on a set of ultras.
Yep, it's all around.
But I mean, I wouldn't count him out. I wouldn't count him out of the race as Pred retires. He's an all-rounder. Oh no, looked like he hit the wall, but he's just standing in the slipstream of Gauche. Cyril Hamilton just 3.4 seconds behind the leader now. So these super softs are definitely coming alive later in the stint. Took a few laps to get working, as all-rounder is on the inside of Gauche, and that is a stricken run in the middle of the road. All-rounder trying all he can to get past. He doesn't want Jack or Cyril Hamilton to catch right up to him and pass him before he can pass Gauche.
To keep pulling away. Let's see, he's not going to be close enough into here. He's going to put him under pressure though and try and get a better run through the left-right chicane. He does a slight corner, but I think he would have gotten away with that though. He's not going to be able to make a move now. I think he's going to have to wait to the DRS straight.
Gauche range at the moment. All-round is definitely going to know that as he makes a move, he knows that, oh, contact, and he's run deep. Hit the Sauber.
And he's had to pit because of that.
Into the pit. CSR Bottas is out of the race.
Always around, and he takes out this Torosso laps that he was lapping as well. Maranzano's retired due to that. Cyril Hamilton's going to go probably on ultra too. That's allowed Joe to just go away again. So all round is going to catch. Oh, Cyril Hamilton's gone on the softs. Interesting. Jason goes before, but all round is going to have to catch back up to them once again.
Maybe he just didn't have the time to change the tyres. Obviously, probably not the first thing in his mind at that stage. Feisty Ted gets up into P7. Is the McLaren of JP going to get ahead of Cyril Hamilton? Maybe he's got DRS. Feisty Ted lagging a bit there. The one driver we haven't mentioned too much this race is Langman in the Renault. I haven't really seen too much of him.
And of course, so Project, he wasn't able to make the start because he disconnected in qualifying, but he was leading by about 14 odd seconds in the previous race before he had to restart.
Kind of have been robbed of a 5-car battle for the lead. If you look at what Ted could be doing if he didn't get the drive-through penalty on lap 1, and if Project. Obviously, we don't know if Project would have had the wet pace, but looking at his dry pace, certainly had the pace, along with all-rounder and Joe near the top.
Yep, definitely. So it's pretty spread out road right now. No one seems to be near each other apart from JP and Cyril Hamilton. But Cyril Hamilton's in the pits again.
Drive-through penalty, maybe?
Maybe. Let's see.
No.
No, he's just decided to.
Not all I can see. I'll go on board with him. Let's see. The front wing change. So they obviously didn't change his front wing before.
Yep. And he's coming to the pits to change that
set of supers
once again.
It's probably worth just finishing the race now. You're going to get a point.
Yep.
Which, you know, that can always count later on in the season. Joe now leading the race by a good 4 seconds to Gauche Crab. All-rounder starting to catch up to Gauche now. See, the thing is now, what has that spin for all-rounder done to his tyres?
Yeah, that's true. That could affect him. Is he going to be able to...
Because if it's going to be a very stretched stint and, you know, it's a 50-50 if you're going to make it or not, that's not what he's going to want. Especially I've seen him lock up a few times as well. So he's now 7 seconds off the leader. Wouldn't count Jason out either.
Nope.
Jason had a very quiet race.
Quiet race, but he's done what he's needed to do so far.
Yeah. Started P4, stayed P4. So, though he's had a very uneventful race, he's on the shout for some decent points in the Haas car.
Yeah. Let's see. Wait, is that a... No, okay. Never mind.
All round, just gained half a second on Joe there. Now just 2.5 seconds behind Ghost Grab.
Yeah. Sure, how much? Nearly a minute off the lead now as Joe runs wide into the gravel whilst in P1.
Ghost definitely would have gained some time there. It was 4.2 seconds. What's the gap going to be now?
Gorsh gains
3.8.
6 tenths there. Orano gains half a second.
I wouldn't count all-rounder out just yet. He's got to get past Ghost quick if he wants a chance of winning this race. He's got 10 laps, 6 seconds, and to get past the Renault in between him and the Mercedes of Joe.
See if he can do it.
Ghost loses 5 tenths in the first sector. All-rounder loses a couple of tenths.
Do they do interviews in this league? I don't think they do they?
I'm not sure. Arsman though.
See what the gap is now. Orlando is 6.1. Ross is 4.2. So Joe's got away now.
Yeah, so Ghost definitely seems to be struggling extremely now, especially compared to all-rounder and definitely to Joe. All-rounder is now 5.7, so Joe's made another mistake. Ghost has lost time to Joe, so all-rounder is again, as he was before, fastest of the top 3. As V6 is in the pits, Box on set of the super softs. JP is now up into 6th. It's going to be tight between Melanie and V6. Is it?
V6 comes out on the super softs. No, Melanie's going to get that position.
Melanie's.
Langman.
Oh, is that Langman?
V6. Langman into turn 1 now. V6 goes slightly wide and Langman goes around the outside and takes.
Langman up into P8. Cyril Hamilton 24.6. So he's on the pace at the moment. Fastest lap time last season
Or just caught right up
was
to
26.9 by RBZ. So he's beating it by 2.5 seconds. So showing the strengths of these new 2017 cars. That's even off a damp track as well. It's all-rounder.
Gorsh goes defensive on the straight there.
Yeah, Gorsh has been doing that all race when he's all-rounder in his slipstream. All-rounder just 5.5 seconds behind now. It's now or never really for all-rounder. He's definitely going to have
move.
Slightly more worn tyres than Joe because of his spin. Unless Joe has really been going at it with his tyres. But Joe's just been consistent. Joe hasn't been setting fastest laps every lap.
Not been setting. It's just been doing quick consecutive laps, and that's all he's needed to do.
Pretty much the same as Jason, really. Hasn't been the fastest man on track, but has done what he's needed to do to keep his 4th place. So
Oh, his course is under
He's
pressure. Yeah.
he's really up
pushing
on him
him
this time. Orlando definitely knows it's now or never.
Says, come on,
is he going to make a move? Contact by the looks of things. I don't mind it. It's up to you, Cal. DRS.
I don't know. Gorse manages to keep the position again, but he will be under pressure. Can you give me a better camera? There you go. He will be under pressure from Orlando now.
Is he going to make a move? Gosh, Orlando thinks better of it. So probably another lap. He's going to be stuck behind unless he gets a bad exit somewhere and can sneak up the inside of him.
It's shaping up to be a nice little battle. 4P2. I think Joe, if he keeps it consistent now, Joe will have a pretty easy win.
Yeah. See, what I don't know now, if Ghost is as slow as he seems at the moment compared to the other guys around him, could we see Jason on the podium? Or is that maybe a bit of a stretch?
Well, how far is Jason?
He's 5 seconds as all-rounder up into P2.
If they keep battling like this, then maybe.
As he's run wide, Ghost is staying down the inside. He's going to get DRS as nearly hitting the Red Bull. Ghost is going to get DRS on all-rounder, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move.
Orlando moves into P2 now and will set his sights on Joe, who is 6 seconds up the road. It's a tough task for Orlando.
3.6. Jason's 3.6 seconds behind Ghost at this stage with 7 laps to race.
Can do it.
He's gonna have to make a move. Gonna have to push, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't exactly put it past Jason.
Joined. Jason. Langman's into the pits.
7.1, so 3.3 seconds, 3.2 seconds now. Keep an eye on the gap between Ghosh and...
Hey lads, after this race, could you please give me 3 nominations for a Driver of the Day vote? Sure, we will.
I think I know one of them.
Yeah.
Joe. 100%.
Joe has been flawless pretty much from P3. Also V6 has got to P6 and P9. He's had a fairly decent race, nothing too special though. He's just done what he's needed to do. For the other 2 Driver of the Day,
got to be up there.
Things will be hard to choose. Although Orlando's made a few mistakes, the pace he's had to then close straight back up to these guys is definitely worth a shout of it as well.
And you know, he's started a P5. I mean, yes, he got part in the last race, but in this race he started P5, not the best qualifyings. I mean, he hasn't had a mistake-free race by all means, but he's come back from those mistakes and he's probably got the best result he could after those mistakes. I mean, it's not finished yet. If it stands as it is, all-rounder's definitely going to be very happy with himself. As Feisty Ted sets fastest lap of the race with a 24.2, I think that was.
Yep.
Langman down in P10 now. On the set of the ultra softs, maybe just going for fastest lap.
Now, of course, his screen. It's going to be still a tough ask for Jason, but he may be able to do it. Let's find out.
I mean, if Jason can get ahead of Ghosh, or whatever you say it, can't say his name. I think you definitely got to put Jason in the mix for driver. They've done what he's needed to do. He hasn't made any mistakes, and the gap he had between himself and Ghosh, you know, definitely got to put him up there. As he gains 3 tenths on Joe. Just 2.6 seconds the gap now, with 5 laps to go. By all means possible.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in these last few laps. Will Jason be able to catch up to Gorsh? I don't think all-rounder's going to catch Joe. Unfortunately, that would have been a good battle to see.
No. Fast head 24-3. Last slap. Yeah, Jason, I reckon maybe on the back, but whether he can make a move, it's going to be 50-50 because you look how long it took all-rounder to get past Bush.
Yeah, he's definitely not the easiest person to overtake.
Defends very hard for his position.
Yeah, let's remember Gorsh is only a reserve driver as well.
Yeah, Langman, 24-3.
Pretty good drive.
I think now to the end of the race, maybe not to the end, but I know Langman's gone on a set of ultras. I'm pretty sure Feisty's head maybe is on a set of ultras as well.
Yeah, but as these guys
So
start up 26.
they're going to be trading not penalties, fastest laps even. As all-rounder, he saw his fuel light come on, so he's definitely, it's gone off now, so he's definitely hit and miss with fuel, but all-rounder is too smart to run out of fuel. He's got too much to lose at this stage.
Yeah.
2.3 seconds between Jason and Gulsh.
Sure how long is up to 8th place now.
2.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds now.
Langman in P10. Langman's not at the best races, not gonna lie. I'm sure he'll be disappointed.
Yeah, Cal, he's definitely got to be in with a shout now. Jason.
Yep.
Jason
visibly
now.
Closer.
I don't know. Joe seems to have a problem. All-rounder just 3 seconds behind him now. He definitely seems to be gaining.
Maybe all-rounder made a mistake. No, maybe Joe made a mistake, possibly.
Possibly. I'll have a look at the gap between all-rounder and Joe at the end of this. I mean, he's got 3 laps to make a move. All-rounder. With a 2.3 second gap, gained 6 tenths in the final sector. I don't know what's happened to Joe, but the top 4 definitely seem to be gaining on him.
Maybe his tyres have run out, maybe he's pushed too hard.
His tyres definitely seem to have blistered. You can see the 2 shades if you go on board with him.
Yeah,
I'll have a look
shades there on the
gap.
inside and the outside.
2.1 seconds for all-rounder now. This could get very interesting, but all-rounder definitely has that, but doesn't seem to be as bad as Joe. I mean, they all seem to have it.
Making a lot of mistakes
front, but Joe's making mistakes, and he's got the tyre wear. As Maestro joins. All-rounder's lost 8 temps. Joe makes a really big mistake. It's Joe's to lose.
Yeah, definitely.
As it's second between Jason and Ghost Crab now. Jason, on the looks of it, it's going to get DRS. I'll have a look at the gap between all-rounder and Joe, but it definitely seems to be about 3 seconds now.
Yeah, Jason is...
As Langman retires.
Is he going to be within DRS here, Jason? No, he's not quite within DRS just yet. Getting close though.
I think Joe just made a couple of, little mistakes, and lost a lot of time, but it doesn't seem to put him down too much now. I mean, he's got all-rounders got to make up about 2 seconds in the case of 2 sectors. And then, because the only real main passing places around this circuit, well, you've got 3 into turn 1, into turn 3, and into the penultimate corner. And obviously, anywhere else where someone makes a mistake. But Jason all over Ghost now. Coward.
I'm on board with Jason, as he's quite clearly right in the back of Gorsh. Gorsh seems to have had a better run for there. Could be lag though. He seems to be skipping around a little bit. This is definitely going to get interesting. Can you go aboard with Joe quickly?
Gonna have to save.
Close.
All-rounder is close, 1.4 seconds. I have no idea what's happened to Joe.
I do not know which part to go on board with here. Let's go on board with...
All-rounder doesn't have DRS, so Joe's going to have to make a mistake. Stamble with the Haas Renault battle.
Yeah, Gorse goes defensive once again. We've seen him do that all race.
9 tenths between All-rounder and Joe. I'll go on board with the lead battle, because the other two are a lot closer.
What about penalties?
Joe locking up.
I don't really want to check penalties right now.
I'll check. I won't say anything.
Yep. Jason's pushing Gorse around. He's going to have to think about making a move now. All-rounder doesn't seem like he's going to get close enough. He's only he's a second behind now. But All-rounder going to have to close down.
All-rounder's got penalties. Joe hasn't got one. So unless Joe has a massive mistake and loses about 10 seconds, there's no way.
What about Jason and Gorse? Jason's right on the back of Gorse. Is he going to have the slipstream coming left, right? I don't think he'll make a move here, but who knows? No,
the finish as it is. Jason might get P2 as it is.
Gorse is out about run. Jason's got on the inside of him.
Jason's up into P3.
Gorse went off the track at the left-right chicane.
All-rounder right on the back of Joe.
After being pretty much flawless the whole race. Wait, why can't I find him?
I think.
As Joe
All-rounder's got DRS.
All-rounder's in his DRS. Joe takes the win in round 1 of SRL. All-rounder second. Jason comes home in third.
Jason gets
promoted
P2
second though because of all-rounder's penalties. Does that put Gorse in P3 then? Yes, Gorse is in P3.
Indeed,
so
it does.
Is out of the podium position.
So definitely a very interesting, exciting ending.
Yep. So Hammond all over the back of V for 6th place. I think V6 is just about going to keep it as Hamlin's just tapped the wall on the exit there. That convinced Potato though. So Hamlin comes home from 7th. And no, he does get P6 because of V6's penalties. I'm sure he won't be too disappointed with that drive.
And that's going to be Melanie in P8 and JP in P9. As long as they don't crash. JP seems to have some wing damage. I don't know what you want to do with interviews, Cal.
I'm not too sure. As Melanie takes P8, and this will be JP coming through the last sector now. It's up to you, to be honest, Joe. I don't mind. As JP comes around the final corner,
I don't mind either way.
The last
You're streaming, I guess.
In 9th place, only 9 drivers finishing this race. It was a pretty good race. Got a bit more boring towards the end, but then as soon as Jason started catching up to Gorse, we had finally something to look at.
Everyone sort of spread out between lap 15 and sort of 24. Then all-rounder past Goosh, and then Jason past Goosh. So.
Yep, we'll see the podium now then. The Mercedes of Joe in the middle, the Haas of Jason on the left, and Gorse on the right in the Renault. That is SRL, round 1 of season 5 here at Australia. OMG, it's Joe celebrating there, takes home P1 after starting. Alright.
I think so, yeah.
Yep, he started P3, comes home to take the win. Him and Jason both not getting penalties, the only two not to get penalties. 4th. Gorse, who started on pole, it drops to P3. It was P4 across the line because All-rounder was in 2nd, but All-rounder got 15 seconds worth of penalties. GG, JR. Definitely not going to roast you about that. Feisty Ted comes home in 5th, Show Hammond in 6th. 7th for V6 Racing, Melanie in P8, and JP in P9 with your DNFs, Langman, Cesar Bottas, who was having a good race at midway.
On stage,
I don't know what happened to him yet. But Maranzano at P12, F1XL Pred 14th, and Del crashed a record number of 72 times in 15th place.
Langman takes your fastest lap with a 23. Cal, who is your driver of the day?
I think I'm going to have to give it...
2 drivers?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to give it to Joe.
Yeah.
Purely because he started P3, he had a decent enough start. He just controlled, as soon as he got into the lead, he just controlled his pace. Exactly, setting blistering laps, but he was to do, which was just keep consistent. Did see his tyres go off towards the end. We did see Allrounder get pretty close to him, but that didn't matter anyway because Allrounder did
Look
have
at
a
the
lot
lap
of
times.
penalties.
Joe was sort of setting 26s, 27s, 28s, consistent in the 26s. And then if you look at all-rounder, yeah, consistently 25s. But, you know, if I look at his penalty count, pushing very hard. So
the soft
that cost him a podium.
Did manage to take them softs from 6 and 7 race, as expected.
Seemed to be the right decision then.
Did not. Charles Hamilton, worth shout out to him. He came from P13 to finish P6, even with 3 pit stops. So I'm sure he'll be decently happy with that result.
We'll have a lot of questions though after this race, if you think about it. If Ted, you know, didn't have his jump start and have to pit again, what would have happened to him? And then you have Hamilton obviously having his crash with JR.
Got an explanation for why Joe was going a bit slower as well. He says in the chart he was checking penalties, and it's not quite like last game. If you do pause it, they seem to go a lot slower this time because of the difficult settings you can set. So that explains why Joe was losing quite a lot of time. Didn't really matter though. Or he would have obviously known all around his penalties, so I'm sure he wasn't worried. But yeah, that concludes SRL round 1, season 5. Once again, you're free. Oh my god, it's Joe takes home the win. Jason 97 F1 in P2, and Gorsh Crab, the reserve driver, takes home P3. Any last words, Joe?
Not really, but I mean, definitely a good race to watch. I don't know if we're commentating next week or not, but it'll be same place, same time, probably commentators at Shanghai International Circuit in China.
Yeah.
So,
but thank you to everyone who tuned in. Like Joe said, join. Probably not us two. It could be one of us. Who knows? But there's a few commentators for F1, so just join this channel. At 7 o'clock next week, next Friday at 7 PM. For round 2, which I believe is at China.
indeed. So.